Alright, so I have now finished watching Attack of the Clones, which is a wonderful movie, by the way. I love it. I think it's great. As you can imagine, I think all of the Star Wars movies I think most Star Wars is pretty great, and I especially love the prequels, so you'll be hearing that a lot. Some highlights from the movie. First, I'd like to talk about the sound design, which the music's always killer throughout the entire thing, especially when Anakin's, like, having his little fall to the dark side. But I also really like the sound of when the Obi-Wan and Boba Fett are fighting. I remember sitting on my dad's couch when I was a kid. He had this, like 2010, 2012, this sound system, and so the whole couch kind of vibrated. It was such a fun moment back then. So I'm going to give that as a nice highlight. I'd also like to mention that I really like where this movie falls in Anakin's fall to the dark side. Because you can't really go from Phantom Menace to Revenge of the Sith or Phantom Menace to A New Hope without it. If you really wanted to, you could go from Attack of the Clones to A New Hope. Like, you can leave that part up to your imagination. But, like, you can't leave Anakin as this little kid who's eager to please, and his only, like, fault really is that he wants to help people and he misses his mom. You can't leave him from there and then see him, evil. You need that first big step that we get to see, which is him when he goes to rescue his mother and he faces the Tuskens and takes them all out. It's a whole thing. Everyone knows that scene. So that's always, like, I think that's really, like, cool how it's illustrated. I think, while some of the flirting dialogue is really clunky in the beginning, I think once we get to Tatooine, it, like, smooths itself out as a whole. I love Padme's outfit design in every movie. I think it's awesome. I think it's so pretty. I have every intention of making at least some of those dresses just to say I did it. I'm looking forward to that. I'm a fan of the movies, especially Hayden Christensen, so I've seen these prequels a bajillion times, then the originals, then the sequels, and the TV shows fall somewhere on that list. And I really appreciate how hard, they work to really connect the prequels to the sequels and find, actors that can kind of embody these other actors that have already been portrayed. So I liked meeting the aunt and uncle on Tatooine, from Anakin's perspective. I'm actually going to give this movie a 10 out of 10. They work through, movie-wise, they work through a lot of the problems, the quirks of the first one of Phantom Menace, and iron out a lot of that, like the CGI and different things like that. Though I will say, when I rank them, I'm going to put Phantom Menace above Attack of the Clones because I really like a lot of it, especially the pod racing scene. So let me know what you think.